And Neon goes for the Beastmaster. Actually, more stable pick on the offlaner. I like this more. I think it's better for them to play on the carry in the mid than they play on the offlane. Don't give him Earth Spirit. Give him something safe.
And it's a cancel through.
Yep.
Rage TP, right? For the roar, gives you good vision.
Now the Chen to counter him. Oof, that's awful.
Yep.
That's awful. So that confirms Lina is mid though.
It almost certainly should.
Unless it's Spellbreaker offlane.
It almost certainly should. I tend to agree with you though.
Because you want to put Chen against Beastmaster. Chen is definitely 5, but Spellbreaker could go 4-3. Regardless though, you know Spellbreaker is the offlane here. So now Neon Esports could reliably pick a carry.
What if Among Us is taking a page out of the Neon book? What if it's a Life Stealer position 5, Chen carry, you know? Get the eggs. You're just there to buff the hard carry, I guess the mid lane Spirit Breaker.
I mean, if you pick a Chen against a Beastmaster and your role is to play this carry, kudos to you, dude. Like, congratulations.
Right. There we go. So there's the response, right? It's not really an answer, but it is a response. All right.
It's really good, though. I love it against Chen. It's very great. One of the Chen's weaknesses is that halfway through the game, you are in a crisis because you can't refill your zoo fast enough, right? They keep escaping and they keep killing them. And
they keep killing all your visitors.
All your visitors,
your zoo loses all your money.
Yeah, it's honestly like Roller Coaster Tycoon all over again. Half your zoo is just broken down.
Yeah, of course, the Zoo Tycoon. Yeah.
So Mirana is great for that because it really messes up with the Chen mid game. And though it's not commonly seen, you can kind of flex the Mirana mid with a Tiny, so you haven't fully shown your cards.
I agree. I still think it's totally fine as a support, though, especially because you,
I think it's a 4. But
you still do the annoying thing. You just like walk into the jungle. I'm going to take this creep. I'm going to take this creep. I'm going to ruin your jungle. That's going to slow down the farm of the Lifestealer, slow down the farm of the Lina, who I don't want to say desperately relies on stacks, but is very good at farming stacks.
And Tiny Toss can set up for the arrow really well.
Yes.
Well. Yeah. Avalanche Toss arrow, there's no hero. Spirit Breaker, there's only one hero.
highest starting HP in the game.
Yep, and just huge armor as well.
He's tanky boy. It's shame that we barely get to see him because he's really fun. And actually, let's talk about the Spirit Breaker a little bit because this is a hero we don't always get to see in professional play.
Oh, so they're thinking Spirit Breaker 3, Lina 4, Chen 5 because they're banning mid laners right now.
Okay.
Which makes sense because I wouldn't want a Lina versus Tiny lane because you are way too susceptible to any gank. Tiny just sets up ganks super easily. Tiny has a lot of movement speed, so he can actually run up to you. I can see that. And yeah, I can understand why Among Us would want to change their mid laner a bit.
I still really like the Spirit Breaker pick. I wanted to talk,
Go ahead.
Pull it back to my point a little bit. Because what Spirit Breaker does better than any other hero in the game, except for maybe Kunkka with Ags, is that he completely destroys enemy positioning, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He does that so well, especially when you have such an important hero to reach as the Silencer. But you have some pretty good tanky frontliners. Tiny with the Avalanche Toss to cancel that pretty easily. Beastmaster, Roar, unlikely, but even the Boar Poison, right? All the slows that they have do end up hurting him quite a bit now that it's not just a base movement speed. It's you can adjust it.
On your own,
yeah. So if you never start charging a Venomancer in lane because he's just gonna gale you and then laugh in your face as you crawl towards him.
And you have a fair amount of slows on Neon to do that.
But I think overall, I think it should be really fun to see, especially because you have the Nakes bomb, so that solves another big issue that the Lifestealer usually tends to have. Follow-up stuns with the LSA from long range, Chen to keep you sustained. It's just such a good draft out from Among Us. I really am liking it here.
I like a Sven last pick here for Neon. I know it's not as popular in SCA as we see, for example, in the American region where Sven is king. But I like the Sven matchup versus Lifestealer a fair amount because he just bursts you before you can deal damage. Obviously, mid-game. You outfarm him as well. He's good against Spellbreaker, nice against Lina. They don't have any reliable stuns, so Stormhammer is essentially invulnerability spell. You can burst down Chen and the scripts really easily. I'd like that.
Man stands ready.
Yeah.
They were listening to us like, this seems fine. Yeah, sure, I'll go Sven.
Maybe we have that bug. Remember there used to be that Dota TV, I was just joking, we're joking. But there's that Dota TV bug where you can hear the players and the players can hear you.
Oh, that happened to us again. Was it us?
Yeah, it happened to you. It happened to me before as well. But that'd be even crazy because if there's so many broadcast channels, we'd hear the Russians, we'd hear the Portuguese, we'd all hear each other. We'd know, but yeah, that'd be funny. Neon Esports, oh yeah, I like it. Sven, Superman Sven there, anime Sven with the sword is going to be quite the pain in the butt to deal with.
Anime, he's clearly an American comic book hero. He Supermans you. There's not.
I think it's up for debate, to be honest. I think it's up for debate.
And nothing more American than running at you and smacking you.
That's not true. Sniper.
Among Us. Oh my god. Among Us needs maybe a mid lane here. I actually would rather they fix this matchup against Tiny. I don't love the Lina too much. What mid lane hero would you be looking for here, though, if you're trying to beat the Tiny?
I think you need something.
I actually wouldn't mind the DK, but against the Tiny, that's just okay. You just survive the lane and you reduce his damage a lot. DK is great against Sven, though, because the Breathe Fire is brutal.
Yeah, I think we do need someone to kind of just stand out in front, because I think the Spear Breaker and X-Bomb needs to be not really a surprise, but you can't have vision on that, right? You need at least to come from Fog. So you need something like a DK, a DP maybe. You have good push, but a little bit better push.
DP's not bad. I like the pickup against Tiny. The only problem with DP is that there is long stuns and burst damage, which the DP hates. Because you stun her once, you Stormhammer her, and even if Exo is on, you just burst her.
Yeah, but you also have Divine Favor.
That's true. You do have the...
And what, 2, 3 strength heroes?
Yeah, yeah, tanks for sure. TA.
You don't like TA.
I hate TA. I hate TA this meta. I think that... Though this matchup, TA works, though. The issue with TA this meta is that TA... Yeah, there's a tiny mid, good. Okay. So the issue with the TA is that she is a hero that, in the current tempo, doesn't work too well because she is a bit too slow to be a tempo creator, but she's a bit too fast to be your carry, per se. But with a Lifestealer, it works nicely because the tempo of Lifestealer is also slightly awkward like that. And also, I have seen builds, particularly from Abed actually, with going for the Ags or even the Blink first, which creates a much more space creation TA, which works a bit better. Among Us is playing a really fast lineup, and Neon Esports is playing a relatively slow lineup with a Sven. So it works. I don't think TA is the best hero of this meta, but it works for this particular matchup. And TA Tiny, it's very much a skill-based matchup. Tiny can outlast the TA, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. He receives a lot of harassment. He's vulnerable to ganks. And Avalanche, yeah, I know Avalanche takes away your refraction charges, but if you're Avalaunching just to take away refraction, that's not good.
All right.
Because you want to get the toss-off.
I have to go and cast over there. I will be right back. You buy time for me.
Okay, sure. That's professional. Thank you, mate. All right, let's go. swap this around. No? Well, we're gonna go into the game now as the observer gets run. So now when you guys see missed kills or any sort of issues, now you know exactly who to blame out of the couch. You can see his face, then you can put it on your wall. And
there we go. It's me now. It's me. Alvaro, he's talking on the couch over there. Don't worry, we'll get that fixed. We're still ironing out that bug there. It'll be fixed before you even know it. But let us get now into our game. Game number 2 should be a good one here. We do have Cuckoo on that Spirit Breaker, which is going to be just generally very exciting to see here. I'm a big fan of the hero personally. I think he's a lot of fun to watch. Really any RNG hero with the bashes. Faceless Void, I think I've seen a little bit too much, though, if I'm being honest with you. So maybe not so much him, but everyone else here is. We see Neon Esports with a play out of 2016. They're going to go ahead and smoke up and look for a kill. I mean, am I wrong?
No. An SCA display never came out of fashion.
It kind of did. I mean, it kind of did.
SCA is the one where they throw the 4 heroes at you, hope to get the early kill.
Yeah, I mean, usually they drop the smoke, but usually you don't see the smoke out of the fountain anymore. That used to be all the rage. Remember when you can TP out the fountain and all that good stuff?
Well, let's see. We're trying to... I'm wondering, because I don't know if Cuckoo's killable, but Zephyr is 100% killable.
Yes.
Play hard goes to the arrow. Ooh, Cuckoo avoids it.
Yeah, that's...
Stormhammer. I don't think that's enough, though.
No, definitely. They're just zoning. Zoning arrow.
That arrow was not a zoning arrow. And you missed the fattest... Oh, that's not true. Underlord is the biggest model. I like it. I'm sorry for body shaming.
I mean, that's okay. They were maybe expecting Cuckoo to maybe get a little bit rattled, see an arrow coming in his way, but he's like, no, I still have a little bit of area to path in here. You can walk basically all the way up to there and totally be fine. So I think that was a wise move for him.
Now with this, the lane start, and they will have the offlane Spirit Breaker, which we have seen a couple times. We saw the Spirit Breaker recently with the Snapfire combo, and honestly, Spirit Breaker Lena is a disgusting lane. It's a really strong lane. Spirit
Breaker, Snapfire with the cookie just to chase after him. Yeah, you're right, it's really great. Oh no, I think Zephyrs got a little bit too confident here. Nice split there, dodging the LSA, was hoping for 2, found none, and might even die for it as Jean-Noel with that last little Glaives of Wisdom is not gonna get the kill there after the Fairy Fire, but that's 3 heroes down bottom versus Cuckoo. He's not going to be having a very cash money time down here. He could if he gets plenty of bashes like that, though. Top lane, they're doing a great job. I mean, March here, I don't want to say it's the dream matchup, but it doesn't really get much better than this. Level 1 Chen versus a level 1 Beastmaster. This is the good life.
Yeah, the tri lane down bottom though, it makes it so difficult for JG to even have a lane, to be honest. And we're probably gonna see JG just kind of ignore. I mean, he has boars, right? Which March is gonna steal from.
Yeah, exactly. You see March is like, a boar. I've always wanted. We need a boar in our zoo. Would you donate one for me, please?
And JG's like, no, this boar belongs in the wild. we're just watching truly a Greenpeace argument.
Pretty much. Look at bottom though, Arrow. Nah, he's good.
I mean, the thing is, Cuckoo is tanking such a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, Jinwell is hitting him all the time with his Blaze of Wisdom, and he does not care. He could be... It's an easy lane for Cuckoo at least to stay alive, but he's not managing to get last hits out of this, though.
Yeah.
Because if he overcommits to anything, he will die immediately.
They can punish it quite easily. Nice job there by Skem, picking up the last hit as the supports are trading hits. Mid lane, though, we did see Yopaj being forced to pop the healing salve already, which I don't think is necessarily that bad here, especially early on. You're always going to have that disadvantage, but I think it just goes to show how comfortable they were actually picking TA in this match. They knew that it was going to be a pretty easy time early on anyway. As we get more points in the Avalanche toss and, you know, you can get 1,200 damage in casually with 2 spells, then maybe they're going to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, and that's when you start to... That's what I was saying, right? You can, take Refraction off with the Avalanche toss, but unfortunately, because you want to do Avalanche toss and get him with the damage fully of the Avalanche, it's not so great to take out Refraction from that. It takes a fair amount of instances before you actually get it off. So if you gank, Albit is killable, but I don't think this matchup is bad for the TA. I would actually even argue the TA is slightly favored if you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's a very skill-based matchup.
I agree, and it's like even if we do gank, we don't have anything that's too great to actually burn through refractions. You know, Beastmaster Boar is not bad because as we will get the kill on the bottom lane, maybe even a +1. Spirit Breaker in some trouble. Skem does not have mana, actually the cooldown on the Stormhammer, the Storm Bolts rather, but they will actually end up with 2 kills down here. Nicely done.
Yeah, very well played there. Now you already have a lead as Neon, which is exactly what you're looking for. You have much more kill potential in the lane to begin with. So this is a pretty huge win for you. And with this, the only lane that you kind of have to fix, or the only problem you have to fix in the laning stage as Neon, is the TA, right? Because if Lifestealer farms, it's whatever. Sven will outfarm him anyway. Scarecrow in the bottom lane, the charge was Cuckoo. No, he's
just coming back to the lane.
One of the advantages, right? You can waste TP. It's no big deal. You can just charge in.
Actually, he did TP though. His TP on cooldown suspiciously.
So he wasted both.
Not really sure.
Now what does he do? If they kill him again, he has no TP. He has to charge in.
Radiant's middle tower.
I like the call by March. He's like, I'm not really needed top lane, so he's just now focusing on stacking, already having... oh, no, nice. He actually pulled the double stack off there. So Ancients, as well as the triangle, already looking real good, and he's going to be looking to get some solo farm, even a ward to expedite his mechanism here. Is going to put him in a really, really good position here to help his team take these early fights.
What are you going to do now if you are Among Us? How do you make sure that you still create the space for the TA and the Lifestealer? By stopping the Sven, because once the Sven gets all these stacks, honestly, it's gonna be once they start making stacks for the Sven, and he starts taking them, it's gonna be difficult for Lifestealer to catch up. So you want to play a bit on the aggressive side, especially with Cuckoo. But I don't think Spiritbreaker is that dependent on items. He just really needs the experience from this lane right now.
Yeah, and especially because you do, it's like the mag PA, right? It's like, yeah, we do kind of need levels and experience and farm on this offlane mag, but we're mostly here for the combo, right? As they will be looking to fight. LSA, nice job not stacking the stuns there. We still have these, kill there onto March is going to happen, though, unfortunately for them. And that's going to be all they're able to get here. Creeps absorbing plenty of the Marana nukes.
Yes, and they're still fighting. Zephyr going further. I mean, they took the bounty rune, so they kind of won this fight already. And Playhard sees an opportunity, goes for the arrow. There's the creep, it's not helping. Playhard gets the kill onto Zephyr in exchange for his own life, as this Harpy is just landing havoc everywhere. She had 2 chain lightnings and used them incredibly effectively to get the Marana kill. However, it's still a win for Neon, because you get the experience out of that kill. So not that bad, honestly. Giving it to Chen is no big deal. Who cares if Chen got the kill?
Yep, pretty much. Skemberloo, in the meantime, he gets the experience with 1 less person being there, so he's happy with that. He's going to be... Actually, they're doing a really good job of giving him experience here. I got to commend him for that. I'm a bit surprised to see Cuckoo only at level 3. Granted, he has taken a death here, but with 3 heroes in the lane, you always at least see them having a small XP, deficit there to try and fight against.
Do you see where play hard is going? No, Yopaj. Going for the Lina. Avalanche toss combo for the tree. No need. Look at how not wasteful Yopaj is. That's true efficiency, right? You know you need to throw the tree there. Play hard though has found Abed stacking in the jungle. He's still some of the experience, but didn't find him in time to stop the stacks from being taken. And now play hard's like, all right, let's start to check if there's any wards here and try to hurt Abed. Oh, they have Avalanche Toss. Refraction's broken. Where's the arrow? Took a bit too long. And misses completely. Yopaj will die here. Abed wants to go for more. Tries to side blaze Genuel. Not going to die, though. Refraction in 3 seconds. I think Abed can just tank this. Oh, no. He went for the extra last hit. You greedy man. He actually baited out Play Hard. Forced him to leap, and he might just get the kill. Play Hard.
Oh,
wow.
no. And
That is
Cuckoo
so
actually...
and now Cuckoo even finds the charge almost by accident onto Jaunel, and he might kill him. He's one
Wow.
more hit. Gonna get the bash. Guaranteeing the kill. Abed, you masturbator. My God.
You call it greed, he calls it TI-84 calculated to perfection there. He
Yeah,
knew
I'm a
exactly
fool.
what was going on.
Ate my words there. Happily eating my words.
He
that
proved
play.
you, Sora. And
I
like,
mean, Mirana thought the same thing as me, though. Playhard's like, oh, this guy's being greedy. Let me kill him. And then, nope.
I was so surprised how little damage there the Starstorm did. I was like, does he have a what is it? The raindrops? I was like, no, not even. He's just actually just still only level 1 Starstorm there. That'll do it. And now we're already starting to farm the stacks up. Abed getting lots of experience there. And he's going to turn that into lots of farm. And in fact, why not just get all the neutral items here in one camp? Triple stacked, of course, but...
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, actually. He's getting a really good amount of farm. He's with
There
these
it is.
stacks. He
All
should-
4. You got all 4 from the triple stack.
He should be able to actually go for the Desolator build, which he's aiming for. So the reason why Desolator is not so common on TA's first item is because it makes you quite slow. But if you have this initiation, though, or this start, it's really good. Yopaj realizes you could not kill Spirit Breaker. I don't know what he was
That's
trying.
you're saying usually you go blink over the Deso first.
Yeah, you go Blink first, sorry, and then Deso. But you can afford to go Deso first this game because your start is so good. And you have some of these stacks.
Jeffert denying the Arcane Rune there
Top
right in
lane.
front of Yopaj. Top. Oh, JD.
They're coming forward.
Yeah, they might just turn this. Cuckoo is going to die in the mid lane, however. There's going to be a little bit of shenanigans in the creep. They have a Stormhammer for that one, and Your Dream continuing to run away. It's not actually a very easy kill for them here, but I think they might just eventually get this. Nah, Phase Boot's coming off cooldown in a second. He is as good as home.
And Your Dream played that well. He baited the Sven to join in. He even baited the God Strength, Skem. The thing is, Scam is not too sad about joining this lane because now the lane stage breaks, right? And it's the carry is supposed to go top or to the off lane. And he farms the triangle efficiently. So it's not that big a deal for Neon, but it's still a nice little bait out by the Lifestealer. Hoping In Your Dream does the same thing, though, and moves lanes because otherwise he's in trouble. He's in the unsafest lane right now.
Well, I mean, not only that, he's just not going to farm very efficiently here, is he? They're looking to try and fight, though. That's some efficient farm for sure. Yopaj still hiding out, though, waiting for In Your Dream. Oh, bad. Who taught you that one? Careful, DC, Abed. They're all just giving themselves a nice reminder about the DC bug.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested into why. In all caps as well. Careful! Abed DC! Alright, Abed just hitting a tower, dude. In fact, he just took a tower, actually, by being DC'd. You think Lifestealer's gonna die? Because there's a charge coming, but that charge is gonna take forever.
Yeah, that's coming from pretty far away. Well...
You don't have that much damage, though, honestly.
They don't have a stun either. Sven doesn't have enough mana. Can someone feed him a mango? They can give him a bottle sip. If they can coordinate the bottle sip.
He has Rage level 2 as well, and 9 charges of magic.
There's also 4 TP, well, 3 TPs and Cuckoo charging in. So I have my doubts. So no.
And Abed has TP free.
So
I think you might be able to get the kill on Lifestealer, but you're gonna be overcommitting if you do.
We'll see here. So we're going to be coming back down to Earth, and he is going to get that enrage off. Trying to run for it. No TP's coming out quite yet as Skem chopping down the tree, continuing to chase him down. They have plenty of vision. There's Cuckoo, though. The 3-man there. In Your Dream's going to heal just a little bit more before being a right-click down. And Cuckoo with the ultimate, not going to be able to get that one off, though. Roaring is not better than a toss, rather. But in the meantime, they will get at least a tier 1 bottom here. Abed is striking a little bit of damage onto the tier 2, but 2 deaths there, 2 big deaths out from Among Us.
Okay, so that was an odd play because Cuckoo's still joining the charge. It means they clearly want to fight to some degree, unless he was just trying to save him. But Cuckoo's the offlaner, right? So you can't really play that kind of haphazard play as an offlane. But it's interesting that neither in the bottom lane rotated to top, especially the Chen, who could have brought in the Lina as well. Weird played by Among Us. I don't really know what the read was,
Yeah.
what the comms were looking like there.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't want
neither.
to use the pause to reorganize themselves, which could have been fair. And so they just let him go.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Because by the time the pause was happening, the moment they pause is when they reveal there's 3 people top, right? So maybe that's why you didn't want to go in, because it was very obvious that you would have paused and gotten that information. Obviously not on purpose, but
yeah, I
just trying to be
guess. But,
respectful.
you know, I mean, I think you can assume that a pro team is going to react quite quickly. Ah, unfortunate there. The courier ends up dying to the splash damage out from Abed, who now has the Blink Dagger for his item.
Yeah. Okay, so I like this build better. I think that the other build is fine, as I said, but this build is the popular build because the Blink Dagger allows you to fight earlier as TA. In fact, Abed was the guy that used to use Ags very often as the first item, but I don't know how much of a build, how much of a meme that build is, to be honest. It had some success, but in the current meta, maybe go and Blink first, then this was nice. Your Lifestealer has good farm as well. He's now taking over the triangle. TA's playing aggressively. This is exactly how the lineup should be playing right now for Among Us. They're doing good spacing. The only guy that I can't really tell what's supposed to be doing is Cuckoo. I don't really know what he should be doing right now.
Yeah, no, because I think we still need like another item or two here for our TA. It's a bit difficult
Yeah, at
with
least
this
that's what-
lineup to try and just go and you know, Divide and Blink and try and kill supports, because I don't know, they're not really good against her, but Marana can always leap away. There's always a global silence, and then the prospect of getting jumped on is really scary from there. It's not very easy, so I completely agree with you. So yeah, Cuckoo is just kind of sitting mid right now, getting some experience, maybe hoping to see someone a little bit out of position and pick up his first 2 earn charges here, but very, very unlikely for that to happen.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the peak is for a Spirit Breaker, though, because usually it seems like an item-independent hero, and it feels like every time you are farming, you can
Oh,
always
there they
waste
go.
time.
They're going
bomb
for the
in
D
one.
ward. They're going for JG. There's the Infest bomb. Roar was coming out, but he's not going to get the chance to do so, making sure, trying to silence up, or trying to stun up the silencer, but he's going to be able to escape now, actually, with that D ward, leaving JG on a cool curse 200 HP and free to go.
Interesting. He didn't. I don't think he had enough damage with the reduction, but that was close. I like that he went into the boar though. It was smart as opposed to going to Spirit Breaker, of course, because you wanted the bomb still, yes, but you wanted to get rid of the boars. Now Silencer though in bad position. Can they punish him? There's a charge here with Abed joining in as well. He gets Blink, so he can just go in onto John L. But yeah, they're guarding themselves. The global silence, the counter initiation. Abed kind of knew
Good
he was
arrow.
hesitant about going in, and now he's gonna get punished for it. Abed cannot survive in your dream. Now trying to open wounds and bring down JG, and he's gonna accomplish it as Skem. He's gonna run away. Thanks of fighting. There's a lot of creeps on the way, but he's destroying all
That's
of them.
just more
the
farm.
zoo is done, and so is Cuckoo. The cow joins the bunch of dead animals that Sven left along the way, and March is also the next target. As the zookeeper is destroyed, Among Us needs to send a letter to Tita now, because they just left their favorite.
Yeah, that didn't really go too well for them there, did it? I think they were like, oh, it's okay, we can all group up against the Sven and the Tiny. It won't go badly, and then it very quickly did. Yeah, I mean, maybe they were just too confident. March is like, I got plenty of creeps here. You know, we'll just go in and kill them real quick and get out. Quick 10-minute adventure, and you'll know how those end up.
Yeah, you can literally tell the moment that Abed's like, should we really go in, guys? Because he does a really soft blink as well. They're kinda like,
I would say Cuckoo even, because Cuckoo goes in, they start to cast the roar, and he's like, all right, I'm out of here. He bulldozes, walkbacks up the cliff, and then from there I think you go, okay, let's back up, and then Abed's like, nah, we're going in, we're fighting.
Yep, I agree. Bottom lane, by the way, Abed. Oh, do they have a ward? Nope,
big
that one's not
kill.
good enough. I don't think Abed can survive this. Yeah, the last one will just kill him. Goodbye. You don't even need it. Yopaj takes the kill, and this Tiny mid, I said it in the draft, he's one of his best heroes. He's probably best known for it, together with Moon as being the 2 tiny cores in SEA. Absolutely amazing in this guy.
This is getting pretty disastrous. That's the second death in a row now for Abed.
Yeah.
And they're going to try and go for Roche here with the DD rune. We will actually have the DD rune on top of the God's Strength here in 8 seconds.
This is the kind of thing, though, where your carry chats and he goes, I'm going Roche, guys, all right? And you're like, all right. And you just let him, and you create space for him, and he takes 6 years to take the Roche, but... Yopaj is actually joining.
Yeah,
this makes it a bit more dangerous.
They need a bit more, though. He couldn't do it alone, so even with the Tiny here. There we go. That's what we're looking for. The minus armor.
Sven with God Strength and double damage can take on any challenge.
Nice call, though. They're going to continue going for just straight into the fight.
Yep.
I like this.
This is the style Neon likes to play. This reminds me of Neon.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I completely agree. Neon Esports, this is what they like to do. Cuckoo, he's positioned himself nicely here to break the smokes. He's going to get absolutely eaten alive, though, unfortunately for him. But fortunately for the rest of his team, he's the only one to actually die, unless probably March. No, actually, they're gonna decide to let him live. They want a bigger target.
Well, there the kill on Cuckoo. You know, you're starting to see that. Yes, biggest starting HP, but he has a decent strength gain, but not that much. So he starts to tank less and less as the game goes on, and you can easily kill him now. And he still doesn't have that much farm for being an offlaner.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Sheffer is anywhere close to an item either. He's gone for maybe Aether first, but the jump there by Yopaj, Entra onto Abed. They're trying again. LSA silence it up one. The global silence, so that's not going to stop Cuckoo. He's too angry. He's charging in, and he's going to get the kill out to JG, as he will now get the ultimate onto Skembrulu with the Aegis of Immortality in his pocket. They might be able to get the first life off of him here now as Abed from the high ground with the Meld Strike, but there's Yopaj now jumping back in. Cuckoo with the Bulldoze. He's going to be A-okay as the Boar blocking the arrow. There's going to be immediately a stun onto Scam, followed up by at least the Spirit Breaker. The dust is there in the meantime. The support's being ran at by Abed. That's going to leave Scam to die all alone in the river. And I think Among Us, they're going for more, as there's going to be the Laguna Blade on top of the Infest Bomb in your dream with a double kill there. 4 kills overall, 5 if you include the Aegis. Great fight. Great fight.
Really well played there by Among Us. First of all, correctly identifying that once the global silence is over, they're kind of useless, right? They don't have that much team fight because of the global silence. It's mostly a single target besides that, so very good, understanding of this draft. But on top of that, what I really liked is Abed using that Blink Dagger to break apart the team fight. Sven is the kind of hero that loves coordinated team fights until late game when you can just Superman. But in the beginning, you just want to make it so that there's like a front line, there's a mid line, there's like the back line, right? And Sven likes just hitting frontliners because no frontliner can really tank a Sven. So that's the perfect scenario for Sven early mid game. But with Abed breaking the fight completely, your backline is running away, you're being left alone, frontline has a complete leeway to kite you, and it becomes much more difficult for Skem to play. And that was all because Abed forced him to run away thanks to his Blink Dagger first. So very, very smart.
Well, I gotta say as well, I completely agree, but something that's kind of unique about the Spirit Breaker and other heroes, I guess, with I don't know, I guess maybe it is just a Spirit Breaker thing, right? Because everything else is going to get canceled. Once he starts that charge, he can choose to cancel it himself by obviously issuing a stop command, but he's going to continue that charge no matter what. So yes, you were the enemy team was global silence, and you're thinking, oh, just go in, they have nothing. But Cuckoo's already charging in. So he gets that stun onto Sven, and I think that is where it starts to go south very, very quickly for Neon Esports. Also, of course, Abed getting a great blink in, destroying the backliners, making sure that Sven is just nuked down by the rest of the team. Good stuff. Really good fight from Among Us.
No, but top lane, Neon is exactly doing what they should be doing. This is what should have happened last game as well, right? These pickoffs, going for anyone that's playing in slightly unsafe position, which is essentially Cuckoo's second name tag, slightly unsafe, and they're punishing and getting farm for their carry. Skem still has the better late game, just him alone, because Sven is the late game that Neon has, and it's hard for Among Us to beat them. And now with Ags on Sven, he has more tools. However, Abed's also done farming a bit later than usual, right? Standard timing or acceptable timing is 17 minutes in. He got around 17:30, 18.
Really?
Which is,
I would kind of go 16. I think 16 is like pretty good because I mean like
no, good is 15, acceptable is 17, and bad is 20.
Sure.
And then if you're beyond 20, stop playing good.
All right. Well, listen, maybe my 24-minute is not good enough for you here. They've done well to divide and conquer. JG, Moonlight Shadow there. Do they have the dust?
That was
they do have a Sentry. I didn't quite catch it. No, what did I?
He blocked the arrow with a creep so March could still hit him. And then he went and kept and stunned him with Dark Troll Summoner, who was coming behind. Very well played.
They're on the hunt. JG's going to get scanned out, dusted up as well, but he is off and away. Actually, he cancels the TP?
No, he doesn't have a TP.
No, he canceled it.
Earlier. It got canceled by the troll net earlier. Yeah. So that's why he doesn't have a TP. So they know he can't get away, but JG can just forever live in the trees, right?
Well.
I am a man of the forest now.
Either that or they waste a bunch of time there. So Among Us are going to decide against that. They will smoke up, however, Infest Bomb for Cuckoo. Look how fast he is now. 875 move speed.
That is the help of the Infest, right?
Yeah, definitely.
This is the only time where that buff from the Infest, aside from the small time when he was support.
That was the best. That was the best.
Yeah. There's no other hero that utilizes this.
What a silly times I've been playing Dota back then. But they're wasting so much time as well. JG is unable to go actually out in the lane because they still have no idea where the enemy team is. Finally, he's going to get some reinforcements as well from Neon as they will smoke up in their own triangle and cross the map here in search of whatever they can find. Fortify might get Among Us to back up as JG. No Roar quite available, but he is going to be able to flank them as in they go global to start it off, but they're not sure. Scam backing in, back out, back in again here as there's going to be the hand of God. They're trying to blow up Abed, who's able to get up the refraction. Cuckoo, in the meantime, holding down Scamberloo. They will eventually get Abed in exchange for the Mirana now. JG coming from behind, trying to do whatever he can, but he's going to get eaten alive by In Your Dream. Scam now trying to man-fight him as there's Superman Sven onto March, nearly getting the kill there. Nice LSA, though, to keep him locked down. Yopaj, what can he offer? Absolutely nothing. He's looking to run away. Jean Noel, at the very least, is able to get a trade onto Cuckoo before he goes, and this is looking like, again, the last fight. A little bit better for Neon this time. Yopaj sitting under all of the sentries from March, though, is unable to... Oh, wow, okay. See you later, Zephyr, actually.
Yopaj needs to TP as well. He has Blink, though, so he should be fine. He's going to cut the lane before TPs like a greedy man?
No.
Oh, and your dream is chasing after you, brother.
Like a greedy man. All right, that was pretty good for Neon.
Yeah, it's okay. I think, though, In Your Dream played that really smart. So, see, they're identifying now, as I mentioned, before the coordinated team fights with Sven once. Now that you have mobility on Ags, you actually want completely different. Your style changes, and you start playing much like a Tiny, where you're in and out of the fight. And the way that Lifestealer played this was smart. Most of the time, the mistake a lot of the, I guess, lower teams make is they just go crazy and they go, oh no, Sven has steroids on. What do we do? What do we do? You know, just start running around like crazy, and you don't do much. When honestly, all you need to do is hit and activate Rage at the right time. Because you can tell when they're going to come in. It's when Avalanche tosses off cooldown, and it's when Stormhammer's off cooldown. You keep those cooldowns in your head, which clearly In Your Dream did, activate Rage at the right times, and you're pretty much good to go. And you keep hitting. Because right now, Sven cannot beat the amount of healing a Lifestealer puts out. It's later when he starts to really burst on the Lifestealer. Especially with the Heaven's Halberd on Lifestealer, which is a great pickup.
Oh, he does go for the halberd. That was another really strong item back in the day. Because what do you think? Butterfly, disassemble into the butterfly, keep the S and Y around for something.
Nah, I hate it. I like this halberd alone. The extra healing on a Lifestealer is too strong, especially because you have the evasion talent. So you combine halberd with the evasion, and then you get the extra heal from Feast, which is still ridiculously good heal against a Sven, right? Because he's a really tanky hero.
Cuckoo leading the charge here onto Scamberloo. They are rotating over to the tier 1. It's a bit too sketchy.
Yeah, in fact now. Oh, no. Interesting. Disjointed.
Glimmer Cape.
It feels so weird to me when I see a Stormhammer being disjointed. Oh, okay, nice. Avalanche Cuckoo. And from behind, Superman! And they bring down March. But careful, because Superman's been stuck. The Kryptonite is silence, and the Heaven's Halberd as well. He can't hit any longer. However, Primal Roar now stopping the Lifestealer. He still has Rage, and your Dream is not afraid of engaging any further.
Yopaj died in the pit.
Exactly what I was talking about, but they do kill his friend, and Scam TP's in his face. He knows he can't beat him. However, there's a clumsy net on the Lifestealer. You never expect the clumsy net carry, but very popular, particularly for In Your Dream.
Yeah, a good fight. They find Yopaj, then they isolate him in the pit. Abed makes very, very quick work of him. Scamberloo caught in the river, trying to TP out, but little did he know, he's got the nets. It's like a Bloodseeker Yule Scepter. You're like, what is this?
Well, it's, the Sven there, again, got baited. Like, he's honestly... this is a match that reminds me much more of a fighting game, where you're kind of seeing Sven trying to beat the Lifestealer one-on-one, and how they're trying to read each other and understand how they're playing this matchup. He's now realized how In Your Dream is using the Rage and how long he's holding on to it, right? So that's a plus point. But now he found out about the clumsy net, which was a surprise to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have TP'd in his face. Always check neutral slot.
It's a hard one to check. You're not used to it. You're used to clicking on a hero, seeing those big 6 items, you're good to go. But that neutral item, there's very few that you really need to check outside of the tier 5s.
I would argue it's still nice to have that information, but this is one of the complaints a lot of pros had when the neutrals first introduced, right? It adds this variability into the game. Now I can't possibly expect clumsy net on a Lifestealer.
Oh, we've got a charge. Cuckoo. Maybe just trying to get around the map a little bit. They will scout him, though. Smoked up with the rest of Among Us. They will have vision onto one, but Yopaj a little bit faster there than Abed is. Able to get the blink out in time.
In Your Dream hits a tower twice. Like, I thought we were fighting, guys. What can I hit? What is this thing?
Yeah, I came here to fight and hit towers, and, well, I guess we're not fighting, so I'll go back into the jungle and hit some creep.
He's going to go for Basher or Assault Karats next. Both are really good items against Sven. Skem is not beating his farm by a lot, and yes, Lifestealer loses against Fen late, but not if you have a TA to attack you up, right? Like the TA being a secondary carry, this dual core idea that Among Us proposed is a good way to deal with this Fen. Oh, that arrow. That was yummy, wasn't it? Lifestealer ate the whole thing.
It's pretty
whole 5
good.
seconds.
Did a good job of catching that one. And they will be able to do Roche here relatively quickly. They definitely know it's up now with the Silencer core. You're running around trying to bait him out, as they will not nuke that one down. Roche is really low here, but I don't know if they can really go for a fight. As well, Among Us, they're going to smoke up on the high ground. Good positioning, though, from Neon Esports is not going to make this one easy if Among Us want to try and go for a cheeky little kill here, but Cuckoo is going to have a lifestealer up inside of him.
Sven, surprise? Steroids, go for March. I don't know, he's quite far. I think he can go March immediately. That's not bad. The Lifestealer from behind also started to do the same.
He's on the cliff.
Push JG to the high ground with the greater bash. And now it's the Scam to fight in your dream. Abed also has BKB. They decide to retreat for now. He's an opportunity onto Cuckoo. And the Global Science is set up for this kill as well. Cuckoo is also gone. But can they catch the rest of them? They're keeping the high ground. They know they can still fight the high ground. They take the Roche in front of them. And in your dream is not initiate any further. The Roshan will fall. Skip's gonna take it. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, Morana!
Morana is insane!
With the vision!
And actually baited out this initiation as Tiny joins in as well. They're gonna go for the Lina first, as Abed's the next target. Lifestealer a bit too tanky, so Abed is easily killed by Skem. My god, what a play! Seriously, play hard knows no fear.
You know what they did that for?
Leaping into 3 in the darkness of the high ground. Like
All he
madness.
did, he leapt in to give Skem vision. And then Skem was like, thank you, you've done your duty, I'm going to jump in and kill them all now.
Dire's middle tower is
That was so great. I think the only criticism I have for Among Us in that fight was the fact that they took that fight. They got too distracted by Yopaj on the back lines. Like everyone was trying to take like a little bit of a square dance fight. It kind of broke down after they accidentally bashed JG up to the high ground. From there, they were all a little bit too separated. Even after the global came out, it was a bit rough for them.
Yeah, now they're taking the tier 3 here in your dream. I mean, it's harder to fight though when your TA is down because you don't have that kind of the safety of the TA, which always brings a secondary source of damage. Cuckoo's like, oh, I guess I'll go in then.
He's just roaring at them. He's
that
furious.
is the worst ultimate in the game.
It lowers your defense by a little bit, doesn't it?
What, when it roars?
When you growl.
Yeah, it's true. That's what I keep screaming in the mic when I play Dota, of course. 'Cause I'm trying to win the game. I'm just growling at my teammates.
I'm just growling. Well, let's see how Neon can growl back now. Up 6K here, 24-14.
What is that? Okay.
Among Us, I mean, it was a perfect segue. I don't know
Fourth
what I'm talking
segue.
about. It was the best segue you've ever heard in your life. Neon, though, they're in a good spot, especially after winning that fight. Getting the kill on the Lifestealer is absolutely massive. It will not be a deathless series for In Your Dream. He finally has taken one after not dying in the previous game. But Neon Esports, I mean, they've nearly flipped the script this game, right? Not quite as bad, though. I think last game Neon, I don't want to say
worse.
Yeah, they were looking a lot worse.
Because they couldn't play their game. And Among Us did play their game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't know though, if this goes late, I don't know how you beat this Sven, even with the 2 carries, especially when he's starting to beat you now. And the Tiny's actually keeping up in terms of farm, which is pretty impressive. Oh, again! Hamilroar to set up, in your dream wants to help for the Infest. Oh, design not to do it, Global Science, there we go, no Infest to save Abed, and he's stunned for too long, and Scam is ready to fight in your dream, was forced to TP. Cuckoo does the same thing, can't do it, Yosu can't do TP, because he didn't calculate it well with Rage, and now it's in your dream, who's stuck against 3, and you just can't. You might have beat the Sven before, but Sven's ready to pound you now, and in your dream, you better run fast. Goes for play hard can leap away, and he armor toggles wrong, which means that JG can get that kill.
You better run faster, he says as he hops into the boar.
Play hard is literally playing this game on the edge of his seat the whole time. He's just one hit away from dying and leaps the last second to safety.
No, I like it though.
I'm loving this Moron. It's great.
I mean, it's all for the intel, right? He's willing to die for the intel. He's willing to die to get them to come out a little bit more. I think there's a Jenkins video. It was his birthday, by the way, yesterday. So happy birthday to you, Jenkins. But he had a pretty great video about like, oh, if you leave the creep well within like on one hit, you might get dumb enemies to turn around and you can get a few more spells onto them, right? Force them out of position. It's kind of like that, right?
Yeah. See, arrow, March. Oh. He does headbutt the arrow.
He caught it. Good catch, March. Good catch.
He will die now. Oh no,
Good
the
Yules.
Spurmaker's going crazy. The Yule stops him. Bulldoze does not reduce the time to jump in the air. So he gets stunned. And Kuku also catches the second arrow. I mean, he can't reinitiate. They will punish play hard this time though. And they actually leave the racks on very few HP. JG really wants to go for it.
Yeah.
He's walking in and out, but he knows it's the wrong play here.
Yeah. Good fight there. Again, just finding the kills where they can, not diving too far, recognizing that this game, yeah, we're up ahead, but let's not throw it, right? You definitely want to at least get the 1 point apiece for the draw, and I think instead of getting 0, right?
No, of course. That's basic math, right? 1 is above 0.
One is better than 0. 1 is better than 0.
It is most of the time. But unless you talk about losses, then 1 is worse than 0. Anyway, the Sven pick here goes for the MKB now, so Lifestealer is no longer as safe as before. We did see in your dream capable of man-fighting him, but because he went for Assault Cuirass, which is good for his team, but not as good in the 1v1 scenario, Basher's better for that. And now Sven has MKB to make your Heaven's Halberd and your potential evasion talent useless. Now it's not so easy to man fight.
Oh.
Okay, he missed the toss though, unfortunately.
He did.
Sucks.
He did.
When that happens, that just feels so bad. He has Shadow Blade though, so he's kind of safe.
I was a little
and
confused.
Moonlight Shadow. Double invisibility, which of course makes him permanent invisible.
Yep, that's Aegis being reclaimed here, right at the 30-50 mark. As that will be Skem now. I don't think we're going to see him play any less aggressive than we have been, however. But
You can't really. I mean,
yeah.
Skem has been literally running at them every chance he gets. I think he's been playing a good game on this Sven though.
We're on a mechanism. Love to see it.
It's perfect for his playstyle, right? Because
Yeah.
you're always surprised with the flash heals. You're like, you thought I was dead? Nope. Think
Nope.
again.
We're going
Which
for
is
the
what
Greaves
Playhard
next
been doing
too,
this whole game.
which can be great to dispel the open wounds. There it is. Dispel the open wounds. That's what you're looking for. I was like, well, what's great to dispel this game? Open wounds. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have any silences or anything? Oh, really? Wow.
No
Actually, I
silence.
realized that Among Us is kind of weak in terms of disable, though. Well, they don't
Well,
have much team fight.
they unfortunately for them, they don't have like an initial kind of quote unquote easy disable, right? They don't have a Stormhammer. Because if they had a Stormhammer, I think it's
Like
looking
this?
a little bit different for them. Oh, like that, yep. As you can run, but you cannot hide.
He
right?
mech'd them, and Sven did not care, dude.
Nope. They're going now for Marge. He
That is
doesn't
not the enemy Yule Scepter, friend. You can't dispel that one.
actually.
Dire's top
Oh yeah. That was not.
Because that was
enemy,
Mirana's Yule Scepter. He tried to dispel it.
Oh,
That's not
Abed
how
though
it
is fighting. In your dream, stuck on the cliff though. I don't know how he even got up here. Cliff teased. Maybe role playing him. NA starts a little bit later, but they will now get the vision. He's gonna have the enrage though to safely escape. Oh,
No,
play hard.
Play hard. Okay, that was.
He
that
got the
was
Yules
too
up.
aggressive.
Guys, I used him.
top tower is under attack.
Now how he got there is they tossed the creep first when everyone was kind of in the fight, and they didn't care, of course. It was just the creep. But now you have a tossing point right up on the high end, because you can toss anything to that creep, and then the lifestealer gets tossed. In fact, that creep is still. Oh no, it's not there.
Abed? No.
Yopaj, what are you doing? Has Yule still? Better gain some time. They actually buy back on Kuku and they go, Yopaj, you're on your own, mate. You are out of position. You deserve to die.
Yeah.
In this team, we're a meritocracy, so you don't get
Oh,
saved here.
nice toss.
There's no hound down on this team. Bye-bye, Yopaj.
They are buying. He might live. Okay, no, he will not. Abed brought his own dust.
This is not your pup. They do have dust for this time.
That was wild. They definitely wasted a lot of time chasing him down, but so whatever. They got the kill at the end. That's what matters.
I like it very much because I honestly love that Neon at one point. Like, nah, we're leaving this tiny behind. I don't care what you were doing. I don't know what the plan was there, Yopaj. We're not saving you. Not the supports literally back out. Januel did not want to die for him.
Yeah, I can't blame him there either for that decision. He was a bit too out of position there for sure. Oh, there's a big item now. Lincoln Sphere finally delivered for our Abed. The BKB alone wasn't cutting it as they were still getting initiations onto him, so that's a big one. And then immediately Divine Rapira queued up next.
I see you're part of the Spanish
Radiant's
crowd as well.
courier has been killed.
Because that's what we call it, literally, Rapira,
Huh?
for some reason. I don't know who made that joke in the beginning. I guess because we don't speak English well, and then everyone just calls it Rapira.
Well, is that not what the weapon is called? Because a rapier is like a sword. It's like a, you know.
Oh, I actually don't know what a rapier is called.
Probably, I would presume it's rapira.
You caught me there. I don't know. Man.
I got you on
it's
that one.
Only my native.
And I thought you were Spanish.
According to Wikipedia. Roshan is being taken now. Let's see if they can finish it off in time. They do have a good team fight on the with Tiny alone and the
Yeah.
arrow as well.
And
Mirana
the
stopped. Oh, Roshan's about to fall. It's so close. In they go. And it's just JC. He's gonna die
no.
for this. Skem. trying to fight, at least against the Chen. They have BKB activated. Chen will die. Playhard still alive as well. And then kill Kuku here.
Oh,
Skem
nice
versus
stun.
the world. Skem beating them. He actually destroying in your dream. 2 players against Sven. They even combined with the Power Rangers. But not enough damage. Skem cannot beat. Just morphing.
Holy
and he's gonna
moly.
end up going down. Januel will also die from In Your Dream. And in the end, that combination of the invest saves them and manages to beat the Superman. Yopaj has to blink away. He still has a Yule Scepter to dispel this, but he needs some time. He tries to play in the trees. They saw him go. He's a bit too fat, a bit too big. It's too obvious. He's not inconspicuous. He can't get away. They open wounds him. They bash him. And they murder him.
Yeah, they knew which tree was the imposter there. They've definitely been practicing. Now that turns into a full team wipe. JG blinks in. It looks like he had maybe like a quarter of a second. I thought maybe he snagged something, maybe even the cheese, but he didn't end up with anything and kind of just stood there and died. They do a good job to find the backliners of Among Us. It's kind of sucks to even call Kuku a backliner because he's the position 3 in this game, but he just couldn't get anything done. He does waste a lot of the time of that BKB of the Sven, which maybe allows him to take that fight a little bit later, but my goodness, what a turn. Just In Your Dream decides, maybe he finally realized, he listened to the little voice inside of him all along, that he is strong, he is the carry, and he just destroyed them.
I mean, it was really the Infest play onto the TA and ignoring the TA for as long as he did, right? I think the play was correct by Skem, but him having to fight alone against 3 for this long without anyone helping him, yeah, you're a Sven. I know this hero's OP, but he's not OP to 1 versus 5, right? Otherwise, nobody would watch Dota.
That's true.
You really need your team to kind of support you there, and they weren't available. I think the play by JG jumping into the pit without vision was not great. If Tiny does that with an AoE stun, fine. If Mirana does it because she's suicidal and a support, fine.
Yeah.
But your offlaner, no.
It feels like you really need that roar to try and burst down, because you have plenty of physical damage. Like the BKB, I don't want to say it's a non-issue, but with a Sven on your team, it's a non-issue, right? Like, you can burst her through. You just need to lock down the TA long enough to get through her refraction charges, which you don't do too well at.
No, exactly, right? Sven particularly is not the one that has to get rid of those charges. It has to be the Silencer and the Tiny particularly.
Right.
So, yeah, the breaking the team fight as much, I mean, that's one of the weaknesses of Sven Ags, of course, which you activate the Ags thinking, oh, I'm going to go against them. And then you're like, oh, I'm too far.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see that?
What?
Abed, Rapira.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, with the Aegis.
Right.
I like it.
Clap.
Yeah, clap for that one. He realizes he's about to hit the plateau, but this could be a great opportunity to release it. Oh, great toss back, though. Firefighter, Yopaj. That's going to be the Abyssal Blade, though, onto 1-4, staffing him up to the high ground. Sven trying to fight him. Great ulti there, but the stun onto 2, not from Skem. BKB activated. Abed, though, on the low ground. Doesn't actually miss any of those attacks, but Sven, even with the Mask of Madness lifesteal alone, actually, is pretty tanky and hard to deal with. Vlad's helping out quite a bit there. They will buy back on Yopaj. That was a mid lane Tiny saving his mate.
I mean, that was really good, though. That play by Yopaj was appropriate. If Sven dies there, you lose it. But you did lose God's Strength, which means you can't fight. And TA is not... Oh, what? They're trying to toss him? That's what the light are included. They can
but
actually
Abed's
fight
in.
this. The Tiny initiative for them. Which means that JG's down. Mirana might also follow suit. The stuns are too strong, and the damage by Abed is too high. Oh, no. Yopaj. He didn't know the Spurbaker had a light stealer in it, or if he did, he didn't... They weren't prepared for that, honestly. They didn't have a contingency plan.
Oh no, yeah, that did not go the way they really thought it was, and all of a sudden JG dead for a whole
They're gonna try
minute.
to push to win. They don't have God's Strength for 50 seconds. They don't have Beastmaster for 50 seconds. You don't have Global Silence for 30. I don't know how you defend this.
I don't know either. This game, all of a sudden, it was looking like it was a surefire win for Neon. Look at this. They already know. That's the raid boss. TA, can you kill her? Stunned up on the first hit there. The Abyssal Blade to follow. Kuku as well with the charge. Kills him dead for 100. GG.
Wow. What a comeback. I can't believe they actually won that over literally 2 fights. The fight in the Roche Pit and this fight. 2 great mistakes. So you guys understand how difficult a game like Dota is. They made 2, honestly, quite small mistakes, which was they tossed on a hero that was infested, which they couldn't deal with, and then JG blinking in without vision to the Roche Pit. Those 2 mistakes essentially win the game for Among Us. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think Abed just he knew this was probably as strong as they were ever going to be in this game, right?
And the rapier pickup was amazing. It was also exactly what you should have gotten, honestly, because the extra damage. And, I mean, maybe another small mistake was Sven activated God's Strength and they were still on the high ground, right? And they didn't actually get to use it at all because it was they just ignored it, which was a bit bad. But overall, it just seemed like Among Us makes slightly sloppy, not the cleanest of executions. And sorry, Neon doesn't make the cleanest of executions. Slightly sloppy. First match of the day, it happens. And Among Us just takes no prisoners. They give you no quarter. Literally just run at you.
Yeah, they're not going to give you that freebie, right?
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
teams would go, oh, we're going to have this Aegis, we're going to push, we're going to pressure you. Whereas Abed realizes, no, this is it. This is our time. Let's see if we can bait something out. And unfortunately, Yapaj just, I mean, he's going to be probably a little bit upset about that one. Didn't really expect. He's like, oh, there's the core all alone. Let me toss him in. And unfortunately, he was not alone. He was the imposter. There was someone within him.
But you can know that, though, because you see that Spurbeck all of a sudden has 4k HP, and you go, you know, there must have been, that was sus. That was 100% sus. You should have known that Spurbeck had someone inside of them. So I think they might have had a contingency plan, or maybe they didn't really think before doing that play. They just caught him out of vision. I don't know. It's harder to tell because as casters, we have full vision, and they don't. So it's much harder to make
Yeah,
these
I mean,
split-second
when you
decisions.
blink in and get the toss, you got to do it so quickly, too. So
Yeah,
he was
exactly,
probably
exactly.
like,
Maybe.
So that's very unfortunate, but it will be Among Us taking the 2-0 win here for them. So congrats to them. That's a great way to start them off, as the second version of this roster is definitely proving to be quite scary here with March.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break now, right, as we get ready for the next matchup of the day.
Yep.
And the
Coming
next matchup will be 496 versus TNC, I believe.
Yes, indeed. So that'll be starting here in just a little bit, guys. We're going to be going over to a short break, and we'll see you back on the couch for draft for game number 2. See you then.